wherever you are watching us. It is about time we bring you the fresh update news this evening. I hope you are enjoying your time. Khumalo was supposed to have been arrested a long time ago, according to the second docket. And here, guys, I will tell you that Advocate Tefo Malsela is not tired. Is busy fighting and outside of the court so that he can get to bring to court the right people who are supposed to be arrested. You guys, you saw the last time inside the court that Advocate Malsela Tefo was had been given the privilege for him to appeal before the High Court in Johannesburg, where he have to submit his applications. And in these applications, Advocate Malsela Tefo this time has done it again. He had to describe a very long letter whereby asking the High Court they should explain to him why Khumalo she's not been arrested yet, because according to Advocate Tefo and the second docket, which he keep on referring to, he says that Khumalo's name is been implicated in Senzo Meyiwa's murder case. And from the moment when the 5 accused were arrested, the 6th person who's supposed to be alongside these 5 accused, that will be Khumalo, as we call her here. And is trying to find out why the prosecutor advocate George Baloyi did not make sure that Khumalo she has to be arrested. So he raised up this matter and he says that this time I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight until the end so that the right people, they will have to come and appear before the court. He then write a long letter trying to explain all the reasons which he had tried to tell the court as well. But since he did not believe in the court that this court has the right to rule over this matter, and he decided to go and try to bring this matter to the High Court in Johannesburg, where they'll have to respond to him, and he bring up all the things that so far inside the Pretoria High Court they could not listen to him. He had to mention all of them in Johannesburg High Court so that at least they'll have to come up with a good idea of what had happened. Guys, we told you earlier on that Malsela Tefo is not willing to let go that easy, especially now that they're fighting inside the court, trying to hide this second docket, which contain the names of people who are supposed to be arrested. Malsela Tefo, he says that he's going to fight until his last breath, as long the right people have to be inside the court, because he's not gonna sit down and watch how corruption is taking place in this Senzo Meyiwa murder case. He says that he will enter each and every door where it is necessary for him to raise up his point so that they can get to understand what is going on, the level of the corruptions that is taking place in this Senzo Meyiwa murder case. He says that he's going to knock each and every door until everyone will have to see that they are being exposed, and no one will be able to hide the truth. No one will be able to cover for someone. He said it in one of the interview that we get here, saying that there is a corruption and there are people who are trying to cover up for some people. And him as a Malsela Tefo, is not going to sit down, because this country deserves to have a true justice. And if there's any people, if there are people out there who don't see this and who don't want to try their best to make sure that this justice can be stronger than ever, and they want to be corrupted because they want the tummy to be always be full, and people keep on suffering out there, people keep going in jail while they're being innocent, he said that is not going to be the case with him. So guys, it is very interesting to hear what Malicious Tefo said, because it is also very motivating to have such advocates who's so vibrant, who's willing to help people to get to know the truth about what is happening. Because whether we like it or not, we've been fooled for so long. Yes, people, they don't like to know the truth, where the truth is supposed to be told. People, they don't want even to entertain the truth action. People, they prefer to just go in the shortcut and do whatever it pleases them, as long they are happy, as long they have something to put in their pocket. That is it. They don't care about the rest. I have here with me an article that I would like to read for you guys, and then we'll go through it, try to give our analysis, of course, with our commentary, so that you guys can get also to understand the determinations that Advocate Malicious Tefo have for this case, as is trying his best to make sure that everyone who's involved in Senzo Meyiwa murder case, they should pay. Well, Advocate Malicious Tefo had told the Pretoria High Court that a sixth person, the singer Kelly Khumalo, we call her KK, was supposed to have been arrested for the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. Almost a month in the trial of the 5 men accused of murdering the football star Senzo Meyiwa, Advocate Tefo, who's representing 4 of the 5 accused, told the High Court, told the Pretoria High Court that there has been a warrant. There has been a warrant of arrest for Senzo Meyiwa's girlfriend, the singer Kelly Khumalo, when the 5 accused were arrested. He did that inside the court. If you guys still remember, he had, because isn't it the judge was trying to interrupt him so that he must not raise his point, but he had to force himself, just in order for him to tell the court that when these 5 people, they were arrested, there's supposed to be a 6th person among them, and this 6th person was Senzo Meyiwa's girlfriend, called by the name of Kelly Khumalo. And that did not happen. So since the court could not pay attention on what Senzo was trying to say by then, he decided himself to then write it in his application, so that he will have to submit it in Johannesburg High Court. Since this matter, he feel like there's an impression of some people being corrupted. Some people don't even want to entertain what he's saying or listen to what he have to say. Malicious Tefo decided to write the application letter, whereby he had to put all these things inside and explain exactly how come there are names which are supposed to be arrested. Now, whether it is the police, whether it is the state advocate, whether it is the prosecutor, they did not apply this. Why? Is it that these people, they are more powerful than the 5 accused who are being behind bars? Or is it that these people, they have a lot of influence, that they are untouchable to the point that they kind of like they are above the law. So those are the questions that Marcella therefore had to put inside this application before he gets to submit it. So now he had to ask a question again here, saying that what made State Advocate George Baloyi hold back on arresting Kelly Khumalo? That was the question Advocate Marcella therefore raised up. Because George Baloyi is the state advocate. He was aware about this second docket and is supposed to order or tell the police that they should finish up with the job by arresting KK with the rest of people who were mentioned. So Baloyi all this time, he kept quiet. And Advocate Marcella Tevo says that when they come with this second letter inside the court, saying that the first one was not signed, it was not stamped, and the second one is the one which was assigned. Now the question he raised up again was to know the letter that he had, it was signed. And when you have to look the two signature from this second letter to the one that he had before, there is a imitation, like they had tried to imitate the second signature. It means to say that this second signature, which is in the docket, the second docket 375, it's not the real one. They had imitated from someone. And you can tell that this second letter, they made it after they had seen that, okay, there's a fire in the mountain and the court is about to consider this second docket. The court will allow the police to arrest these 7 people who were in that house. After realizing that, as I told you again yesterday, guys, that the only reason we'll make these people not to wanting to make disappear of this second docket, which maintain the names of people who were in that house, is not for a simple reason. They are doing it because they're afraid. They are afraid because these people, if they have to appear before the court, they'll split the beans. And when they split the beans, some names will be mentioned in the high rank, starting from the police, going to the DPP. Some names will be mentioned. Advocates, they'll be mentioned. Prosecutors, they'll be mentioned. Police investigators, they'll be mentioned. And some people, they might end up finding themselves being in jail, all because they knew the truth and they tried to cover it. For that reason, they had to find by all means to make this court look horrible as it is, so that at least they'll be saved from not going to jail. So Advocate Marcella Tefo asked this question to know what held back Advocate Baloyi for him to order the arrest of Kelly Khumalo. That is a question which not only Baloyi have to explain, but the High Court, they need to explain. And if you guys don't look nice, I mean, if you don't look properly the way this matter is going, if it happened that Advocate Marcella Tefo succeed again in the High Court in Johannesburg with these applications, there's a possibility of Advocate Baloyi to be chased out of this case. Yes. If like it happened that he finds some people who are more honest, some people willing to help the court to find the true justice about the murder of the footballer Senzo Meyiwa. Guys, there's a possibility of them looking into this case and say that, okay, Mr. George Baloyi, we can see that you did not also do the job properly. You did not do your job properly because um, this information supposed to be in your possession before you even get to this point. How come you get at this point when you don't have this information? Or how did you have this information since 2020, yet you did not wanted to start with this one first? So we can see that, or we can tell your intention is not clear. For that reason, we are taking you off from this case. And you'll send maybe someone who's more honest, who's willing to cooperate with the court and make everything clear, so that people, they can get to understand exactly what had happened that night when Senzo Meyiwa was killed. So, Advocate Marcella Tefo continued to say that Kelly Khumalo has been deeply implicated. Kelly Khumalo. And here, from my side, or from my point of view, I think when he said that she's been deeply implicated in this trial, or Senzo Meyiwa murder case, that I can see, beside the fact that she was dating Senzo, I believe he simply also meant to say that it's because Senzo was killed at her mom's house. If Senzo was not there at that particular time, maybe by this time we will not gonna be sitting here talking about this matter. That is the reason number one. Reason number two, when Advocate Marcella Tefo saying that she's been deeply implicated, perhaps he meant to say that, according to the eyewitness, says that KK, she was drunk that night, and because of her drunkenness, some scandal happened which lead to the to Senzo Meyiwa's death. So also it means to say that if she was not drunk, perhaps Senzo would be alive by now. Another reason is also, it could be that she's being implicated in this murder case because she knows the truth and she's well aware about the second docket, but she never even wants to cooperate with the court, the law. Because we all know, they always say that if you commit a crime, especially a dangerous crime, which you know that it will put you in trouble if you try to run away, what people usually do is that you'll have to go and offer yourself, give yourself to the police. If it happened that your life is in danger and you feel like, okay, if I stand there for some times, people around there, they might get angry and they might end up finishing me off. Then you might run and go to the police and say, okay, guys, look, I have committed a crime. I did this. So please, here I am. And the police will protect you until the proper procedure can start. But if it happened that, for an example, I had killed someone, and it was maybe by accident, I don't need to run when the body is there. Instead, what I do, I call the police. That is how we've been taught from school. I call the police, and the police, they will arrive. Before I even have to think of calling the ambulance or whatsoever, I need to call the police. At least, even if I let's say like I want to save this person's life, what I'll do first, I'll call the police and then call the ambulance. When the ambulance come, they'll treat that person in right there. They're not gonna pick up that person until the police arrive. So if it happened that we can go to at the court, obviously there'll be a record, or they'll check on my phone to check which was the first person I called. Did I call first? Did I first call the ambulance, or did I call the police? If they see, for an example, like no, I had called the police around past 8 p.m. and then past quarter to 9, I called the ambulance. Obviously, the court will consider that, saying that, okay, this person did not just call the ambulance or did not even try to run away. He had all the opportunity for him to run away, but he did not do so. So they'll see that, okay, which means this person, he first wanted to cooperate with the law. That's the reason why he first called the police. Unfortunately, the police could not arrive on time, and that is how the ambulance came and they tried to save this person's life, but unfortunately the disease had passed on. That are the things that a court can consider. But in case of Kelly Khumalo and his friends and everyone who were in that house, they are saying that Senzo Meyiwa got killed under robbery, which went wrong. At the same time, we did not see when they tried to call the police. Because when the police, if they did call the police the first time, that was going to be something good. Instead, all we see inside the court is that they try to rush Senzo at the hospital because they want to save his life. That is the version that they're trying to give us so far. But the true version, according also to the eyewitness, which I don't know, but I can try just to imagine, the person who was right there, they said that Senzo died in that house immediately after getting that bullet. He died. And at the clinic or hospital which they went, it was to go and drop Senzo Meyiwa's body at the mortuary. So, I mean, guys, you can tell already that here, when Advocate Malisela Tefo is saying that Kelly Khumalo, she's been deeply implicated, is not lying. He's talking with the fact. And I have just tried to summarize some of these facts here to make you understand that probably she's deeply implicated. Yes. Because, and so far, to make even things worse is for the fact that instead of helping or making things easy for the justice to be served in this case, she's trying to protect herself. She's trying to prepare herself, finding a good lawyer to defend herself. In the meantime, she's living a life. And she's even trying to make money out of Senzo Meyiwa's death. And this is the baby daddy that they had together. You guys, the last time you heard the report that we read to you, which the report that we read to you about how Kelly Khumalo with her sister Zandi Khumalo, they had to sign with Netflix so that they'll bring out another Senzo Meyiwa series, which was very surprised. A lawyer, Munsani, when she was asked a question to know whether this is just a rumor or is it truth, she promised that, no, I have not speak to my client about this, but I'll go to Kelly Khumalo and ask her if she had signed with Netflix or not. Since then, if you guys heard from her, if she come back and said that, guys, actually, because Akiri, she's the one who's trying to talk in behalf of Kelly Khumalo, because she had suggested, she had counseled Kelly Khumalo not to speak that much. Instead, her, she have to do the talking. Guys, me, if I'm innocent, even if my lawyer told me that I must not say much, but the true version will still always remain in my mouth. I'll speak it, I'll repeat it, I'll repeat it again. I'm not going to change because I must not say this or I must not say that because my lawyer or my attorney had suggested me not to speak out. The actions speak louder. They always say, there is no smoke where there's no fire. Yes, smoke comes from fire. When this thing happened in 2014, we could all see how these people, they were well protected. And we almost buy that story. of believing that no, it had happened. Yes, okay, Senzo was killed by some two men who came in the house. They were trying to rob. At the same time, when people they start now understanding, okay, these people they came to rob. They're supposed to take the phones. They're supposed to take the TVs. They're supposed to take the laptop. There were even cars outside there. Guys, eh? I mean, we've been all robbed before, isn't it? Because there is no a way a thief coming to your house risking that much, because you know when a thief is entering your house, they don't know how well you are prepared. You can get inside your house like this, then you shoot at them. So these people, when they come, they are also well determined to go ahead and make sure that they must succeed. They don't need to go empty hands. Now, what kind of this thief will come just because there is some shooting and they leave everything, they go? Everyone had their phones. Guys, that is a very crazy side of story. But at the same time, very soon we are going to find the truth, because everyone are going to be exposed. From the way I see, no. Say Marcella Tefo is not willing to let go. He said, I'm going to fight. And the promise, he said, I'm going to fight. Khumalo, who has a child with Meyiwa, was with a football player. Was with the footballer when he was murdered at a mother's home in 2014. Through statement and interview, Khumalo has maintained that it was robbery led Meyiwa's death. So all this time, that is the version she had given, that it was robbery that led Senzo Meyiwa to be killed. And here, the reason why I try to stop here a little bit, because this comes to remind me why she's been keeping, insisting to be the first person inside the court to testify as a witness. You guys, you saw how his advocate insisted many times, saying that Kelly Khumalo should have been the first person to testify inside that court, and not Sergeant Thabo Mosia. And I had asked you a question in one of my previous videos to say that, why is she insisting? Because here, it was the job of the state advocate Baloyi. He's the one who plays his people, his witness. And whether she like it or not, she's still going to appear inside the court. But the only problem is that in which way she have to appear inside this court. Guys, please do like the videos and subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. We'll really do appreciate that. Tell us also what you think in the comment section. Would like also to hear from you, because we are having a conversation. We are informing you at the same time. We do analytics about what we're talking about, but feel free to drop us also your comments, your thoughts. Tell us how you think about all this. And to those who've been commenting, we thank you so much for that. Later on, I'll have a look on all your comments so that we can try to discuss again about it. So as I was saying, guys, like, if she had to appear inside the court, the only question, that is where you can even see how advocate Marcella Tefo is getting very frustrated whenever you have to see that people supposed to be arrested are not being arrested yet. Because the question is that, okay, Kelly Khumalo, you want to appear inside the court, fine. But you are going to appear as who? Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yes. When advocate Mushlolo had to request to the court the two questions that she raised up. was addressed, one was addressed to the DPP, that they should tell her, these people who are being mentioned in the second docket, now that they are trying to make disappear of this second docket, saying that no, it has no merit. When these people have to appear before the court, are them going to appear as a witness, or are them going to appear as the accused? Steve is saying in the comment that Kelly Khumalo knows who killed Senzo Meyiwa. Exactly. As I said earlier on, there's no smoke without fire. There's no rumor without two people sitting somewhere try to gossip about the same matter. And you guys, you saw, I mentioned here, I show you, I mean, I read for you Tefo Malisela point of view when he says that Kelly Khumalo, she's been deeply, not implicated, but deeply implicated in Senzo Meyiwa's murder case. And I try also to mention some of 3 points which can make her, whether she like it or not, but she still have a lot to tell the South African people and Meyiwa's family of what had happened in a very honest way, because a name is being everywhere. It's just like when you are mixing the sand to blast up the wall. You're not gonna mix the sand without water. You're not gonna take the cement and just take the sand without putting some water inside. And that is the position which Kelly Khumalo is finding herself right now. So the only way for her to go free from this is by proving wrong, which I find it's going to be very challenging. Yes, I'm telling you, I find it's going to be very, very, very challenging. Because by now, obviously you can tell that it's too late now for them to come up and tell the truth, the true side of the story. It's too late. Because they had all the chance. This problem happened 8 years ago. As I was telling you guys earlier on, that you will have just go for yourself and give for yourself, I mean, to the police. If you see that, okay, the police, since they are being corrupt and they've been covering this and they feel like, no, you can't expose us right now, then you go behind the back. You record something, you do, just do something. Do something. Tell them, like, no guys, me, I can't keep it. I can't keep it for so long. Let me just do it. Then you speak the truth, like, okay guys, this is what happened. It was accident. Actually, I was drunk, or I was high that night. I did not know what happened, and this is what happened. We had a small misunderstanding, and it happened that I just do this and this happened. And then that will have been something that will help you. Even your sentence will be reduced because you have tried to cooperate with the court. But instead, what we're seeing so far, everyone, they claim to be innocent, but the evidence is proving otherwise. And you guys, you saw it inside the court with Sergeant Thabo Mosia. They asking him questions which you could feel like, no, he can't even answer the question. He gets stuck. The only thing is like, yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Because he's being cornered. He can't say much. Perhaps he kind of like realizing that, okay, I think these people are trying to sacrifice me. I'm not the right person who's supposed to be standing here. If I did my job properly, or if I did not listen to what my supervisor told me to write in my statement, maybe by this time I will have been done by now inside this court and remain free. Because you see now, he had to go for his surgeries, and at the same time, inside the court, they still need him. Now that they're busy postponing this court. By the time they come back, you find another problem there. Oh, Sergeant Thabo Mosia is not available because maybe he went for his operation, and for because of his health conditions, he's not gonna appear any moment soon inside the court. Things can happen like that. So that is what we are talking here, and we trying to make you guys understand that Marcella Tefo is not willing to let go of this. And that is the reason why he did not want to give um, Judge Maumela the chance for him to overrule this matter, because according to Judge was just gonna go deny him as he always do, because now they're like a cats and the rat. They don't get along. They don't get along. I don't know why. Because what also the judge don't understand is that Malisela Tefo, he seemed to be someone who's very straight. Where there's the truth, you want it to remain like that, the truth. You guys, you saw some of the videos that I made recently. If you have not watched it, go through this channel. You see the videos where Malisela Tefo trying to explain up his life before he became a lawyer. How he used to behave in the police. Is the one who even tried to tell us how police are corrupt. He said because of the reason he used to deny or try to expose all the corrupt police, they had to put a couple of cases together. More than 28 cases which were against him for misconduct as a policeman. And when we ask other police, they say that that is impossible. You can't have not even more than 5 misconduct as a police. It's too much, because police there are people who are supposed to be more disciplined. So if they call you, they tell you for the first time, like, no, don't do this, which means you have to try your best to not do that next time. And with Malisela Tefo, they had to give him more than 28 cases that he had of misconduct. And himself, he said that they were doing this because they want to pull me down together with them. They want me to be corrupt as they are. And that is the same attitude that I'm seeing inside the court, whereby he comes and tell the judge that, look, I know you are the judge, but the school that I went, for me to become a lawyer, I was not taught in the way that I should come here and behave in this other manner that you are trying to impose me. So as long we follow the procedure, the better it's gonna be for us inside the court. But you guys, you saw how the judge will have to say that, no, you keep repeating the same thing over and over. Obviously, Malisela Tefo is repeating the same thing over and over because you don't listen. Because you don't want to get his point. You don't want to get his point. What is raising as a point? If you listen to it, obviously you guys are not going to have a problem. So here now, Tefo is insisting that Kelly Khumalo, she should have been arrested long time ago. Since that has not happened, why are them arresting the 5 accused or his client? Because remember, Malisela Tefo presents 4 accused, 1 to 4 accused in this case. So now he says that if they did not do so, why? Because according to Exhibit C, refer to unsigned indictment that implicate the people who were with Meyiwa when he was murdered in 2014. Those people are Kelly Khumalo, Gladness Khumalo, Zandi Khumalo, Longe Twala, Tumelo Mantlala, Mtoko Zizi Twala, and Maki Piri. Maki Piri now, they mention her because not that she was inside that house, But just because she's the first person who arrived at that place and start cleaning up the evidence. Normally, you can't clean up the evidence if there's a crime which has been committed. Earlier on, I said to you that we've been all taught that if you commit a crime, if you feel like your life is in danger, then run to the police, go and offer yourself. Tell them that, guys, I have just killed someone here and I'm here to protect my life. They will protect you and the normal procedure will start. But if it happened that you are not in danger and you had committed a crime, you don't need to run, because the moment you run, you try to make the police to search for you. You must know that that's the reason why sometimes you can even go and try to apply for the bail. They are not going to accept it because they know, they can tell already what was your intention from the beginning. They know that if this person, they grant him a bail or her, they'll run away. They can't be trusted. So, and when you, for an example, like you commit a crime and you call for the police, you need to wait for them. You wait for them, they'll come and do the whatever they need to do, and then they'll question you. Maybe they can suggest to take you to the office or by the police stations and ask you a couple of questions. After then, they can release you because they can tell. They'll just need to have your ID, your address, and everything, just to make sure that, okay, they'll call you. If they search for you, they'll find you easily. And after you give that, they can even let you go. Like, okay, fine. Since you've been cooperating with the justice, just go ahead. We'll call you when you are needed, or come on this day for the court. Or maybe the crime that you have committed is very serious. We can't just let you go like this. Perhaps you need first to appear before the court, so that the court will decide whether they will set you free for a bail, or maybe they will have to arrest you. Now, in meantime, when you call the police, you are not allowed to clean anything, any evidence. Oh no, let's remove all these bottles because we don't want police to come and know that we were drinking. Even if you're not drinking, if those bottles, they were there, I mean the way they were sitting there, just leave it. When police come, their job was to check, okay, we can see that there's some signs that these people, they were busy drinking. What can we do from our side? And then they'll try to recall, to take your blood to check the level of alcohol, whether you've been drinking or whether, they'll try to check all those things. But here, Meki Piri, she came on the crime scene. She cleaned without waiting for the police. When so-called police arrive, they did not also bother to check these people, whether they were drunk or not. They just, like, when you take Thabo Mosia, he's even saying that, no, I came, I tried to do 1, 2, 3, 4 things, then I stop. I need to wait. I had to wait it for the specialist to come and help me out. And after that, I had to leave and come the following day. And when I come the following day, that's when I got the bullet. And here we're talking about who? A soccer player. He's a star, a well-known person. No, I did not check the bullet that night. We found the bullet the following morning. Now, with all this, do you think that we'll just gonna sit down and believe in what you guys were saying? Guys, thank you so much to those who are busy liking the video. If you have not liked this video, please hit that thumbs. I will really do appreciate. It is right here. Just click it, give me your like. I really do appreciate. Most of all, don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you leave. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. So we just imagine, with all this evidence, yet you're still finding people that are denying, and they still want to claim that they're innocent. But what we are seeing inside the courts, and what we've been told before, and what is going on, the existence of the second docket, which contains the name. You guys, you saw yesterday how Tefu had to come and engage again himself in a serious exchange of word with the judge, because he had to tell the judge the truth. That if you are taking this matter very simple, not for me, because my name is being mentioned out there. People are saying that since I used to be a former policeman, which means I had connection. And that is the reason why I had that facility of getting this second docket before even the court have it. And that is not the truth, because I was not even involved in this case. I'm the person who, I was just sitting on my own. They come to search for me by Meyiwa's family to present these 5 accused, because the Meyiwa family had believed that these 5 accused, that the wrong people that they had bring to the court, and the right people, their side. Who knows, perhaps the Meyiwa family, because I always have 2 suspicions about this. It is either they were also aware about this second docket, because remember guys, there's some, I always say that a secret belongs between 2 people. A secret, it has to be between 2 people. If the third person come among these 3 people, that is no more a secret. Yes, if you tell me something, then I need to keep it as a secret. The moment I say, oh no, you know what, I know, okay, Mpo, she's more close to Lirato, so therefore let me just tell her as well, so that she'll be aware about it. The moment I speak to her, that's no more a secret. So it could be that they had planned all these things, and they tried to hide this second docket. But people who wrote this docket, or people who were aware, the officers, I'm talking about police, prosecutors, advocates, anyone who was aware about this docket, perhaps they just feel so sad. They were like, ah, guys, but after 8 years, and here we know the truth. These people, they're supposed to be arrested. How come they're not arrested? How come we see the minister, police minister, announcing the names of 5 other accused, when we have this other docket which contains the names of people who are supposed to appear there? Okay, what can we do? No, I don't want to be in trouble. I don't want, that's not my problem. Okay, what can I do? Who knows, perhaps someone like Sefiso Meyiwa have his friends in police who was also aware about this second docket, and they give him the copy, or they tell him about it, that no, dude, look, you see those people that they are announced by a police ministry, those are not the right people. According to our investigation that we did last time, we have the names of 1, 2, 3 people. These are the people supposed to be arrested from long time ago, but there's something going on. And Sefis on his side is like, oh, okay, fine, let me wait. As he was waiting, he could also start raising up some suspicions to know that, okay, this makes sense. My brother will not be killed by these people, because apparently some of these people, they were in jail for other reasons. And these other people, they had arrested them on particular places. So far, they claim to be innocent. Who knows, perhaps Meyiwa's family, they had a chance to see these 5 accused, and they try to speak like heart to heart, like brothers to brother. Maybe these 5 accused, they confess to Meyiwa family like, no guys, look, honestly speaking, if only I knew that I had something to do with your brother, his killing or whatsoever, I was gonna tell you everything. So because obviously, as this case is going, there is no way that these people, if let's say like for example, they are the right people who had killed Senzo Meyiwa, there is no a way that these people, they'll just give the test, to testify in court without being sent by someone, because they look like those people you sent, like they got hired by someone. Hey, come, go and kill that person. You give them the money and they go to do the service. So if it is true that they're the one who had killed Senzo Meyiwa, which means there's someone who sent them. Yes. Because if it was a robbery, then I don't think the people who were in that house, they were also gonna come up with um, the same side of story saying that no, it was a robbery. Because as we all know, when someone is trying to rob you, first of all they'll come and brag a gun on you and ask you. Like myself, I remember one day I was coming from work, out of distractions. I got disturbed. I was on the phone. We were in the road with so many people. The next thing I saw, everyone disappeared on the road. When I tried to turn around, I was like surprised by a man in front of me with the gun. When I tried to turn around, another one was right there. So the next thing is what they did. They told me to give them everything I had. They took my laptop, they took my phone, because I did not want it to move. I did not want, because I was afraid of the gun, obviously. So I just let them, they took everything, the money, my ID, everything, and they left. So that is because I tried to cooperate with them. I tried to listen to what they were asking. They were in the mission, and I give them what they want, they left. Now, people who get killed or people who get hurt by robbers is when you try to resist or when you try to fight them back. That is when they can hurt you. And here so far, in this old statement we've been listening here and then about this Senzo Meyiwa murder case, we have not come across somewhere where they say that no, among these two robbers, they try to fight and the next thing, and we have not heard about something like that. Or for an example, like they came and they asked for the phone, then I refused to give the phone. That is one of the version that I have not heard so far. I don't know if there's any. Maybe I forgot, or maybe I was not born by then. You guys, you can help me out. But as far as I know, I have not heard that. Whereby, like, no, when they entered the house, the first things they ask for the phone, or maybe they want to take the laptop, or whether they were asking for the money. No. As I was telling you earlier on, there were cars there. These people, they will have go and still live in the car. They will have take all the phones. They will have take anything in the house. And how long, how many minutes did that scandal took place? Those are the questions that these people will have to come and tell the court. And that's where you guys will see how some people will get arrested over that, because obviously everything's have a certain period of time. They'll ask them questions. You saw Marcella Tefo, as you were saying that day, that since they keep on saying that my clients, the 4 accused, among the 5 accused, that the one who had committed this crime, Marcella Tefo says that I bet if they can only apply this second docket of the names of people who were in that house, and then they put them in front of me inside the court, I have only one question I'll ask all of them. I'll point the finger to my accusers. I mean, to my clients. And I'll ask these people who are in the house, do you know these 5 accused? He even goes on to say that I bet no one knows them. And that's the reason why you even saw when he was busy crossing examinations, he had to ask Thabo Musia that, did you guys at least try even to identify these 5 accused? Because we all know, like, especially in developed country like overseas, they'll draw the face, they'll try to put one by one in a very dark, a bright room with a dark wall, which is a glass, and perhaps maybe Kelly Khumalo, the mother, they will pass there one by one, those people who are in the house, and they'll start asking them, do you know this face? Among these people here, which one do you recognize? At least so that these people, they can get to describe the person who was in that house, who entered that house and pulled the trigger. And that was a very good and very easy way for them to know if these 5 accused are the right people or not. Because imagine if they have to put someone like a Zandi Khumalo behind that dark glass, whereby should be able to see the person who's inside that bright room, but those people, they can't see her. So if she passed by and they ask her, among these people, these 10 people who are standing there, which one do you recognize? You will see some people, they'll be like, oh no, you see, it's been a long time, I can't remember. That's what they'll say. Some they'll be like, no, I think it's that one. Yeah, I think it was a bit. So you see, all of them, they'll come with a different view or ideas because no one knows these people. No one knows these people. Steve earlier on, in his comment, he says that KK, she knows the person who killed Senzo. And me, I'll go far to say that it's not only her. Everyone who in that house saw the person who killed Senzo. And they know that person. It's just a matter of time. Let's Advocate Marcella therefore solve out this problem we're seeing. Then you guys will see for yourself. You'll see for yourself. I'm crossing my finger because, as I said earlier, that there is a possibility for him to win this application, whereby they might come back and say that no, there are some damage which has been done in this case from the beginning, and we don't have time for us to go and start from zero. Instead, what we are going to do right now, whether it is the 5 accused, whether it's the 7 people who are in the second docket, all of them, they should be arrested. Let them go inside the courts and prove they're innocent. If you are innocent, you walk out of that court free. And if you're not innocent, you'll pay. Because someone was killed in 2014. That person, he left children. That person, he left his parents. Because of his death, the father died. No one should come here and tell me that, no, that man was old, maybe he had a stroke or whatsoever. I'm not going to buy that. Because the pain that this man was feeling is only a parent, a father, a mother who will feel it. So us, we can't put ourselves in his issue. And this man, he died before he get to see the face of the person who had killed his son. This man died before he get even to see the court, the trial of his son, just to know the truth at least. Right now, we are left with the mother. I bet there's no way a day by should go to bed without thinking about Senzo Meyiwa. I bet there's no time whereby she'll be in the shower or maybe singing without remembering that I've lost a son of mine. Senzo was a star. Senzo is not my brother. I don't know him. He don't know me. But just because he was a star who was doing good by then, all of us would applaud. Especially the way he used to throw the penalty away. You put the penalty there where you feel like, okay, here you guys, they are going to score you. And the next thing you just say Senzo aside. Just because of that, I personally, I think I owe him. Yes, in South Africa, there's no law. There's no justice. I totally agree with you too. So for that reason, I feel like I owe Senzo that respect. At least he should rest in peace. Because I don't think that there is even a moment whereby a mom should live and smile freely. Because every time she'll try to smile, she'll remember his son. And she'll think of what people will think of her out there. And she'll feel like, okay, people, they might start judging me. That look at this woman. She lost a son. She have not found the justice for a son. Look at her. She's busy putting the makeup, laughing, going up and down. As we are seeing with people who are in that house. Look at them. Look at them. You should have seen how they are living their life like nothing never happened before. Everyone, they're free to do whatever they're doing. Put nice makeup, taking up pictures, having your life, champagne. Look some. Look at them. Like nothing had happened before. Like nothing had happened before. That's why I say, when you are busy doing this, you're living your life, you are entertaining yourself, walking in the mall with the bodyguards. I don't know who who threatened her. Doing all those things, it is fine. There's no problem. But my only problem is just that I don't want us to have another second Oscar Pistorius inside the courts when the time comes for these people to appear. Yes, because we also the Oscar Pistorius court's trial, how he was crying. Any small question, he will start crying, and they had to adjourn the court because he had to put himself together. If you want to cry, don't wait for it to come and cry inside the court. This is the time where you're supposed to be crying, and not this. This is the time where you're supposed to show us that, yes, you're still crying. Your baby daddy. You're still regretting what had happened. And not trying to take all your time to see how you can defend yourself. Guys, let us have pity for the family. For the sake of every single moment that Senzo Meyiwa had entertained us, we owe him that. At least what we can do for him is to find out people who had killed him so that they'll pay. And wherever Senzo will be, at least we'll be proud to know that, yes, because of what I have done good to this nation, they had stood with me. Money talk in South Africa, no justice. Yes, Jabulan, you are right. I agree with you. Money talk. This case, when you look at it, it is money. Because how come you they were having a second docket? You come, you present it to the court, and the next thing, what happened? You want to make it disappear, and come and tell us that no, they should not. The court should not consider this second docket because it has no merit. Wow. So how did it get there at first? Oh no, it was signed by a junior advocate. What? So junior advocate is not allowed to sign. And when he was signing, where was his senior advocate? If I should ask it, I should put my question in that way. When this junior advocate was be signing this docket, where was the people who were appropriate to sign it? Guys, stop playing us with. Stop playing with us. We can also. We might not be the lawyers and everything, but we can also see what is going on. We can sense who's telling the truth and who's lying. That's how it goes. So it is very pity, guys, to see that we are at this level. But I like the fact that Marcella Tefo is more determined to go ahead and deal with this problem of Exhibit C. He need the court to explain. And he said, it's just that I did not finish to read the whole article here. Tefo says that he wants the Johannesburg High Court to call these prosecutors. And they must also call advocate, what is his name again? Chauka, yes. They should also call advocate Chauka to come and explain himself as well. Because he has done his job, he cleaned his hand. But behind his back, they try to change. So he need him to come and confirm what he had done. And I'm afraid to say, in September, we might have a good news, whereby you'll just find out that no, now in court we are no longer having 5 accused, we are having now 12 accused. Yo, I can't wait for that moment because honestly speaking, nah, I just want the truth to be told. Yes, I just want the truth to be known by everyone because we want to know. Guys, like the video now. Please do like the video. We'll really do appreciate. Subscribe to the channel if this is your first time to be part of this big family, whereby we get to analyze about what is happening in the country. We are here every day at 8 o'clock. So if you don't want to miss any of our videos, do subscribe to the channel and turn your notification on. So guys, now you understand why Marcella Tefo, he had to write this letter or this application letter to the court, whereby they need to open a court. That is kind of like a second court which they'll have to open, not to go and investigate what had happened with this second docket or what. No, just for them to go and try to find out why they don't want these 5 people who were in this second docket to appear inside the court. Why they have to apply only one docket and leave another one aside. Jabulan said earlier on in the comment that money talk, and that is true. That is where we can see that here it is only money can talk. Money took the let's say you are having 2 dockets, right? And then they take the one supposed to be there, they put it down, and they take this one, they put it on top. So guys, money do talk, money do speak, connections as well, because money can't buy everything. Yes, and at the level where this matter it is right now, even if you have millions, it's gonna finish. I'm telling you. Can't you see Ramaphosa how is now busy stressing with the Palapala robbery in Namibia, the president of Namibia, for the fact that he tried to engage himself in a video call with President Ramaphosa. It has now also bringing problem. Now they're treating him the same. They said that no, President Ramaphosa had called you so that you will cover for him about this money, the millions of money that have been stolen in Palapala farm. So now they are saying to Namibian president that is also part of this money laundering. Let's wait and see what will happen, as we are here just to laugh at the same time and see the dramas that is happening. So all the best to Advocate Marcella Tefo, because he's a man who have more courage. He's a man who's busy showing the love he have for this country. You know, I feel so touched whenever he said that there is about 60% of population of this country who are being jailed, but they're innocent. All because they did not have money to corrupt any officers, all because they did not have money to afford a lawyer. And that is the reason why he's even doing these things out of free. Imagine someone like Tefo with this kind of case. Do you know how much money he's supposed to make if he had to charge? But he's doing it freely. He said that, I can't sit here seeing the truth, that this is the truth, and yet I'm living it because these people, they don't have anyone to help them out. No, I'm here. That's what he said. I'm going to help them for free. And he's doing it for free. That's why he's giving them a very hard time inside the court. Whether it's the judge, whether it is Mushulolo, whether it is Thabo Mosia, or whether it is George Baloyi, is giving them a very tough time inside the court. Alone, against everyone. He don't care. You know, he don't care because he trusts in us. He trusts in you. He trusts in a population who also want the same thing. That's the reason why whenever they ask him question that, Advocate Tefo, you keep on saying that you receive a lot of threats from these people, whether it is from the police ministers, whether it is from people who are behind this case, who don't want the truth to be known. You receive a lot of threats. Don't you feel that your life is in danger and you can get killed? Don't you need maybe a protection? Maybe they can provide you with the police or bodyguard or something like that. Do you know what was Tefu's answer? He said that my protector is God in South African people. Now, he even go far to say that if I claim to say that the police are being corrupt, why should I go and try to ask protection from the police if they're being corrupt? Because they already be corrupt. Which means if they have to come to me, they'll even finish me, they'll finish me even easy without me even resisting. So, obviously, you can tell that he's a very simple man. He believes in God, he believes in South African, and he believes in true justice. For that reason, we pray to God that he can continue to bless him. We pray to God that he can continue to protect him so that he will have to fulfill this mission until the end. Yes, I personally, I support him and I encourage him at the same time because he's more determined, and the only things he need is a salary that he will have to receive from this. It is our prayer and our unconditional support, because we all want to see the people who had killed Senzo Meyiwa to pay for the crime that they had committed. So we wish him all the best with his application. We'll come back again and see. I really like Tefo personally. I personally support him. Yes, we all do support him, and thank you so much for supporting him as well. Because this kind of people, they're so few. This kind of people, they're so few in this world, especially in this country. Guys, if we are where we are today, it's because we had let corruption take place, whereby we even betray each other to take foreigners and come and lead this country, to make them become billionaires, while there's still millions of South Africans suffering out there. So somehow, some way, we should accept or acknowledge that we are the one who opened the doors and let all this corrupt took place. Now we are paying the consequences, which some of us were innocent, because myself, I never sit in the office whereby I put a tile and behind me there's a South African flag, knowing that, okay, I'm working for the government, or I'm the minister, or I am the person who's in charge of tender or whatever. No. But people who seated there, starting from the president going down, they're the one who allowed themselves to be corrupted. And for that reason, that's why we are where we are today. This matter of Senzo Meyiwa is supposed to be something that should have been done a long time ago. By the time you guys, you sit, you try to make your investigations on the crime scene, and you could see all the things that I think the first suspect that we should arrest in this case are people. These people were here because the way I'm seeing, there's a bottle of alcohols. We took the blood test. We can see that they were drinking, and now they need to tell us, because under alcohol influence, a lot of things can happen. And that's the reason why I keep on insisting that if you know that you have done something wrong, you can offer yourself. Go and give yourself. Just say that, no, I had 1-2 glasses and I got tipsy and I end up reacting like this. It is more understandable. You'll be like, okay, no, this person was drunk. Or all of them, they were drunk and this happened. Unfortunately, that did not happen. No one took blood test. I even doubt Senzo himself, if they had took him blood test. Yes, even though he died, normally they should have took him also a blood test to know. Because if, for an example, like it happened, they took Senzo Meyiwa blood test and they find out that Senzo, he was drunk, that would be the proof, the evidence, number one, to show that if Senzo is drunk, which means everyone in that house, they were drunk. Because you can't be drunk and got killed. No. You can't be drunk and got killed by a person who's normal. No. It is either all of you were drunk, maybe had some misunderstanding, and then you end up shooting each other, isn't it? Say amen. So guys, I think that is it for today. We take more time than usually because we need to talk to you about this Malicious for application you need to submit, because through these applications it will determine whether these 7 people, KK, a sister, a mother, Longo Chwala, and Senzo Mewa, 2 friends, if and Maki Piri, if they'll have to appeal to court or not. Yes, because according to the court which we saw, Judge Maum, what's his name? Yes, the judge was like ready to just let go of this second docket and so that they will continue. But the TEF was like, no, you guys, you can't come here and say that no, this docket does not exist. I already have a copy. Everyone here have a copy. How come you come in the last minute telling us that no, this docket does not exist because it has no merit? So that's why you want to fight over that. And hopefully maybe they'll change some some issues. Perhaps they might even say that okay, everything should start from zero, and they'll remove this court from Pretoria to Joburg. We don't know. As I said earlier on, it all now depends on people who have that heart, that fearless heart, whereby we need to fight corruption. People who can't take corruption from anyone. Those are the people who can get the courage and speak the truth or tell us exactly what will be the next step from this case. But I hope they can do it as soon as possible, guys. Because if things continue like this, I'm afraid to say that by the time you guys, the judge end up hitting that hammer on the table to say that, okay, here is my final decision. You might end up finding that it will be after 30 years. Yes, some of us will be having gray hair by then. All right, guys, please like the video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, to this wonderful family whereby we have this talk with you every day. So we really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for all your comments. Thank you so much for all your support, your likes. I do appreciate that. It makes me feel that we are also alive. Money talk here in South Africa. Kelly paid. Kelly need to be arrested. Pop. Okay, those are some of the comments that were popping up in. So let's wait for the justice to take place. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what will happen. I don't know what will happen, because if it happened that these people they got arrested and they go inside the court, they'll start betraying each other. Maybe you'll see Mtoko Zizi will be like, no, I did not wanted to do this. They forced me. And you look on the other side to see Longo Tala is like, no, actually it's not my fault. Me, I want us to call the police. And the KK, she decided that no, we must not do this. Maybe you go to KK. She's like, no, actually I did not wanted to do it. But my mom suggested that I have a 3-month baby girl in, and my son was still young by then, so they did not want to see me. They did not want to see me going inside the court or in jail. So that's the reason why they suggested this. Let's wait and see. But I can sense a lot of drama still coming up. What you guys have seen so far is nothing compared to what is coming. So there's a lot of drama that are still on coming. Let's wait and see. Hopefully, we just hope that the justice will be safe, and that will make us feel more good. So once again, guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video until now. If this is your first time, I just want to acknowledge your presence here. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. Well said, my brother. You are on point. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shank. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your comment. Thank you also so much for your support. So as I was saying, that if this is your first time, please don't leave without subscribing to the channel and give me your like. I want to see your likes before I end this live. And also, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Keep it up. Keep it up, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And to those who always watch my videos, guys, I just want to thank you so much as well, because you are supporting what we are doing. You know, we are here at least to have this kind of conversation, you know, because in our days some people prefer to listen about things where they're talking about nonsense, bedroom stuff, oh when I did that, or when I did that, you know, gossiping for nonsense. Instead, when we are having serious matters that we can discuss about our future, things that are happening in the country. So, and some of us, we decided to engage ourselves in this kind of conversation with you, whereby we take a look at what had happened in the country, and we sit down, we try to analyze together and put our commentary together. So if you guys, you come in here every time to watch my videos, I just want to acknowledge all your effort, and I say that I really do appreciate. Keep doing that as much. I promise to keep my best, to do also the best to keep you guys informed and entertained at the same time. So I think that is it for today. I wish I can stay here longer, but I'm feeling very, very, very cold on my feet right now. I need to put some pajama on and be home, you know. This is winter, guys. Yo, all right, guys, thank you so much for all the love and the support. Please don't hesitate to drop down your comments in the comment section. Tell us how you think, what you think about all this. To those who does that, we really do appreciate, because that's how we get to know whether you guys we are following each other, or we are listening to each other. Because if you just sit and watch without saying anything, we're not gonna know what you think, how you are being affected by all this. We want to know also your point of view. So always feel free to engage yourself in the conversation with us and tell us. It's gonna do us also very good, because that's what we do. But as I said again, every Saturday, every day we are here at 8 o'clock. But Saturday we have a free line phone, whereby we'll give you the number. You guys, you can call if you want to comment live. You do that. So what is stopping them to arrest Kelly and bring them to court? Because it is clear, obviously. Bernard, Bernard Ngube, obviously, as Steve said earlier on in the comment, that money talk. So obviously you can tell that money talk. They had split money, yes, and they had tried to hide this for many years ago. And in my analytics, I said to you that the reason why they don't want to arrest these people, especially KK, that the name is being implicated every time. The reason why they don't want to arrest her is because if they have to arrest people like them, once they are inside the court, they'll start revealing the truth. Guys, jail is not easy. Yes, we're talking about jail because we're outside, but go and ask those who've been in jail, or those who are in jail. They'll tell you this freedom that we are having. You wake up in the morning, you can go to work, or you can go and your have a glass of wine, or whatever you do as activities per day. Those are things that you're not gonna do in jail. Now imagine here we're talking about a singer who's being implicated in this. She's a singer. You guys can see how she's living a life, going up and down, signing up with Netflix, having bodyguard, having a glass of wine. Situation right now, I mean, what. All those things in jail, it won't happen. Yes, you saw it with what's this? This guy, the one of Uya Joel. I forgot his ex. I mean, the ex. You saw when he was in jail, all the activities, no contract, no music, nothing. So everything will immediately stop. And that is one thing that these people, they're afraid of, to lose everything and find themselves in jail. And the jail is not going to be like for 7 years or 15 years. It could be worse than that. So now, since they had, I'm not assuming, guys. Please don't take me that I'm assuming. No, I'm just putting in the context that the matter are being more obvious that we can all see. Okay? So I hope we're speaking the same language. So if these people had corrupted already, And it happened that as Steph was busy trying to apply for this application inside the High Court in Johannesburg, and if they grant him to say that no, these people they should be arrested, you know what will happen? These people will start telling the truth. No, actually, it was not my intention. No, me actually I was thinking to call the police. No, this one suggested that we must not call. No, this one said that no, we should call his father. Maybe, and when we call the father, no, the father did that and that. So they'll bring up all these stories, and trust me, when these stories start coming out, it will match to all the suspicions that we've been having all this along. About Chico Twala, Longo Twala, who did that, who did that. All these things, they'll come together like this. Trust me. And when it comes out, obviously now the next question is to know who's the police who help you to cover this truth, because you guys know the truth. NPA is corrupt. Also, let's take this case somewhere other country, then we'll find the justice for this case. Yeah, obviously NPA is corrupt, and that's why we are here. As I was saying, that after these people start telling the truth, the next question they'll ask them who helped them, and that is where NPA they'll get in, whereby okay, you guys, you're supposed to do your job, but how come you do not do your job? And that is when you see now the head of high officers will fall down. Some people will have to resign for their own reputation. Some people get arrested, like as it's already started with Meki Piri. Some people get arrested like that just because you came with the idea of cleaning up the crime scene. Oh guys, let us remove the battle. Yeah, let's remove before the police come. Now you remove, the truth might end up coming out, because there are witnesses which she had asked, guys, help me out to remove these bottles, and they refused. They even asked her, why are you removing these bottles? Oh no, we don't want the police to know that they were drinking. Okay. Okay guys, thank you so much. I need to go now. Thank you so much for staying up with me until this time. I'll see you again in the next video. Even one that did not go to school of law can see this case. Even one who did not go to school of law can say this case has too much nonsense happening. I'm not the one who's saying, I'm just reading the comments which are coming through from people, our viewers, who are saying that even someone who did not go to school, they'll understand. And that is true. This is a very simple mathematic. Very simple mathematic. And you guys, you saw it when they were about to submit this second docket. You will see they come up with the second letter. Oh no, my lord. Before Mushulolo, she continued to read that. And I like that man, the way, you know, when he stand. Where's my mask? you know, there's one thing I like about this man, George Baloyi. You know, he always wears his mask, right? So I wish I can open this over there. So what you do, like, you remove his mask, my lord, and he's gonna hold it in his hand. Actually, before my colleague get to finish reading this letter, as we were sitting here, another second letter came in, which I would like her to read. So please, my lord, can we adjourn for some few minutes? And when he talk like that, you will see his head is shining. I saw someone writing down like Baloyi, Advocate Baloyi, his head shine like a diamond. Yes, a lot. My he like to say that my land friends. Okay, before my land friends, Mushulolo get to read it. I would like us to adjourn for a few minutes because I just received a letter as I was sitting here. There's someone who walked in and they give me the letter. I'm like, what's going on with this man? Ah, man. Huh? And he speak very slow, like he will interrupt you in a very quiet way. And then the next thing we are now seeing Advocate Mushlolo with two letters in her hand, one which is unsigned without a stamp in it, another one with a stamp which Advocate Marcella Tefo end up to say that this stamp, it is a copy. They had tried to imitate this second stamp. And in this application, guys, I did not read the whole article. Marcella Tefo says again that in his application is going to raise up the mate of that stamp. They need to go and find out who had signed this second docket, the second letter that arrived inside the court. So, man, we're not gonna finish now if we start talking about these things of George Baloyi, which is my learned friends. Hey, South Africa, may God protect us, I'm telling you. There's drama everywhere. There is drama. Huh? There is drama. You could see even the way he was busy interrupting Advocate Tefo when he tried to speak to the courts. You know, you could hear how, guys, you need to listen to this. Like when Advocate Tefo was complaining to the court, like, I'm getting interrupted. Whenever I have to speak, I got interrupted. And you as the judge, you are not protecting me. You are not protecting me. You are not doing anything. Let's hope it's this one.
Actually, even myself, I try by all means, and I've seen myself, and I may not know why it should happen that when I'm trying everything to avoid to make an argument with a court, that will.
Oh, that's the battery. Sorry.
Well, I supposed to make an argument with the state because here I've never responded. Yesterday it was Advocate Baloyi, it was Advocate Mushololo. I understand this was raised in my absence, and it doesn't mean that I'm excluded. I was the person who was implicated. That there is an impression that has been created that even the so-called people who are commenting, the so-called legal expert, are commenting, especially about me insofar as the impression has been created about Docket 375 that Tefo is having that Docket 375 because he had advantage, because in his previous life he was a police officer. He spoke to the police officers. He's got a connection. That's why he had advantage. You see now, you are going to.
And he had to interrupt him again. And he had to interrupt him when Tefo was trying to raise up a serious point. Because on the media, the legal analyst or specialist, I should say, whenever they're being asked, like, how did the Tefo manage to get this second docket before Baloyi had to present it to the courts, they're responding to say that, no, don't forget, Tefo used to be a policeman. So he have his connection, and this police, they help him out to have this docket. So now he's trying to bring this to the court so that try to understand that it's not about because I used to be a former police and that gives me the right for me to have whatever is going on in the police. I received this second docket from the moment when I started presenting this for accused. That's when I received it, and that's when I was aware that some people who are supposed to be arrested, they have not been arrested so far. And it is for that reason I need to plead before this court that these people, they should also come and appear before the court. But unfortunately, they keep seeing him like he's a funny person, you know, but he knows what he's doing. He definitely knows what he's doing. Marcella Tefo. At the same time, it reminds me of those students, guys, like when you used to go to school, there will always be these students who are very, 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 very stubborn, very, very, very stubborn. No matter how the whole class fear you as a professor or a principal, if you are wrong, to them you are wrong. If they're on the right position, they'll remain. That is how I see TEFO. I remember I used to have to attend the class in the secondary school with this other friend of mine. He used to be very, very, very stubborn, just like Tefo. So, and at that time, we're having this principal who used to punish us a lot. If he sit in his office and he hear you guys busy making noise in the class, he's gonna come the whole way and beat the whole class. So one day, this guy, he was not among people who were making noise in the class because we were on break. There were no professor inside the class, so everyone were free, like to make noise as they want to make noise. And this colleague of mine, I mean, this student, he was busy sleeping because he was not feeling well. And as the principal entered the class, he started punishing everyone for making noise in the class. He beat everyone, and since this guy knew that no, I had not done nothing wrong, I was sleeping, he continued to sleep. The principal will arrive on his turn and start hitting him while he was asleep. Do you know, I never see this boy went crazy like that. Like, he stood up and he got the courage, he shout back at the principal, telling him that, how can you hit me? I did not even disturb. I'm not even feeling well. It's been like for an hour that I've been sleeping. I'm not even talking to anyone. Why did you just enter and start beating me? Oh, the principal went crazy. You stupid student. How dare you? You are now responding back to me. Is this how you've been raised by your parents? And what? So he tried to beat him again. And this time, this student just grabbed the stick and pull it away. And all of us who in the class were like, whoa. you know, you know that feelings, guys, isn't it? So like we're like, Haibo, what is going on here? He pulled the stick, he throw it away, and he told the principal that if you try again, I promise you that I'm gonna beat you so badly. And the principal, he doubt. Was like, how they? He tried to open his shirt, he put aside everything. That boy punched him. When he punched him, and us, instead of trying to separate them, we're just kind of like we're busy like celebrating inside because we're so happy. We're like so he moved that principal, and he took his books, he left the class. That was it. So when I'm seeing Tefo, the way he presents himself inside courts, like, it's not that he's trying to disrespect anyone. Instead, it is people who are inside this court that the one who've been trying to disrespect him by the way they address him, starting with the judge himself. And if you guys, you have the way you watch this court, you will see that there's this time whereby Tefo had to remind the judge his role in all this, how the judge should behave. And if you notice in most of the case, he keep on telling the judge that, please don't interrupt me. Can you let me finish? Because they were kind of like, when the judge speak, he's expecting Tefo to keep quiet. But when Tefo speak, you want to interrupt him. For what reason? Oh no, you keep repeating the same thing over and over again. You see? So for that reason, Tefo did not like it. And he had to tell the judge that, no, please don't interrupt me. When Advocate Zandile Mushulolo, she speak, you let her speak. When George Baloyi, as the state advocate, speak, you let them speak freely without them being interrupted. But when it is my turn, you don't let me finish. And the judge is like, no, because the problem why I'm fighting with you is because you keep on saying the same thing. You are confusing me. Hey, you are doing this, So, let's wait and see what will happen, guys. That's what I can say. Let's wait and see. Perhaps things will change when they come back in the next month, or either things will change for worse. Let's wait and see. All right, guys, thank you so much. I need now to leave. I think today I have took time, not too much time, but yeah, you guys like the videos. I can see we are so many people, but you have not liked the video. Do like the video, guys, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss this kind of conversation whereby we talk. I really do appreciate. Joanna said that money talk in South Africa. Yes, money talk, but you can't buy the whole world. Yeah, because you, as you are there right now, no one bought you. Now imagine tomorrow if you find yourself as a judge. In this case, I believe you're going to do the right things. Thank you so much to those who are busy liking the videos and to those who are busy subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate. This is for you guys. Thank you so much. Keep doing that. It is a way of you also trying to show us that you are supporting us and you are encouraging our work. Well, guys, it was a very beautiful evening whereby we had to engage ourselves in this conversation and we had told you everything. But just to summarize for those who had joined us, obviously you saw it in the title that Kelly Khumalo had been supposed to be arrested long time ago, according to the second docket. She's supposed to be arrested long time ago, and not only her, with people who were in that house. And they're supposed to be arrested from the moment when the 5 accused that you are seeing inside the court, these people here, let me just show you them quick, because we like also to speak with evidence. So these people here, when they were arrested, I don't know if you can see properly, the light is too bright. So these 5 accused, when they were arrested, that is the time when Kelly Khumalo with other people who were in that house, they're supposed to be arrested according to the second docket. And this docket started existing a long time ago. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Why? For the obvious reason that you guys, you've been talking about in the comment section, which we all know. On the other side, you guys, you heard Kelly Khumalo lawyer, Munisani, saying that they had nothing to do. My client had nothing to do with the second docket. She insists. She said that Kelly Khumalo, that does not concern her. She's supposed not to be arrested because she had done nothing wrong. She insists again, saying that Kelly Khumalo has been asking for an appearance inside the court as the first witness. Which I ask you guys a question to know, a first witness for what reason? That was she the only person who was in that house or not? Because that is the job that is the prosecutor, state advocate, George Baloyi. That is his job. He's the one who have to say that, okay, I think the one placed this one, she must come and appear now. That one will follow that one. Is the one who have to place all these people, and not you suggesting. So let's wait and see, guys. That is it, guys, for today. Thank you. I'll see you again tomorrow at the same time. Don't forget to turn your notification button on. It is right here. Turn it, that bell, the ring, just click on it. After liking the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tomorrow when we live, you know that we are here, and we'll talk about the latest updates of what is happening in the country. My name is Dopsy, for those who don't know me, and I am a legal analyst. So I'm here to keep you informed, entertain at the same time, and do some analytics about what is happening. I hope you guys had a good time here, and I wish to see each one of you again in my next video. For now, continue to be yourself. Have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. Be good, be kind. Run out of trouble, because you don't want to be in trouble of the law of this country. I'll see you again very soon. Ciao, ciao. I love you guys. Bye bye. Good night.